welcome inside the Rockwall Sportscenter Yellowjacket Update. I'm Chris Curtis, joined by the host of the Yellowjackets, Billy Quinton. And Billy, I don't know if you knew this, but a one-year record has fallen for the Rockwall Yellowjackets. For back-to-back years, Rockwall sets point records, this time 78 points against Naaman Forest. Rockwall wins 78-0 to move themselves to 3-0 in district. And Billy, what a game on Thursday night. Looks like Rockwall came out swinging, and they swung pretty hard, 78 points.
They were swinging the whole game. They, as you said, go to 3-0 in district. I think it's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Yellowjackets to get this solid win. Everything goes according to plan. You get the shutout. You have the defense playing outstanding, holding them to 65 total yards. And when you do something like that, not only is the first string doing well, that means the second string and possibly even players that are even deeper than second string holding the first string. Naaman Forest kept their first string most of the ball game in, and still holding a team scoreless is an unbelievable accomplishment for that defense. Of course, the offense came out hitting on all cylinders, over 500 yards total offense, scoring 78 points. The second half, hardly even throwing the ball, but still running right through them, getting points. It was exactly what was needed. A lot of players getting playing time because Coach Webb is going to want that, have that experience for those players as we get deeper into the season, needing those guys to step up in case we have injuries or something like that.
Of course, one of the big questions on social media, one of the big topics was, why did Rockwall put up 78 points? Of course, you can't help who you play in the schedule. You have to play them. And I know Coach Webb had to play his starters for at least a half in this game. So kind of what are your thoughts on this as far as you got to play your stars in the first half. You got to go into a bye next week, so you want to get this offense flowing and for those final four games. So I guess before we ask Coach Webb, what are your thoughts on keeping the starters in and scoring 51 in the first half?
Well, I think most of the time, every coach, I don't care what the score is, they're keeping their starters in the first half. That's just the way you go. And a lot of times, you still bring those starters in after halftime just to have them go through a halftime, come out and at least have one series. Coach Webb didn't do that. Starters stay out after halftime. And so the second string came in, and you ain't going to sit on the ball. I mean, you still got 2 quarters to play. So they just hand the ball off and you score. That's what you're supposed to do. So that's what they did. The defense came in, shut them down. Like I said, 65 total yards against that Naaman Forest offense. So I just think right now you go against the team in Naaman Forest that they're having a down year. They don't have the talent they normally have, and it just was 2 teams meeting, both going different directions, and that's the way it is. That's football. So there's no running up the score in this one. I think when you only have 4 attempts in the second half as far as passes go, and those attempts were third down and short little dunk passes. So that's what it was, is what you do.
And, of course, I think Coach Webb is going to reiterate every single thing you just said. Let's hear from Coach Webb on his team's 78-0 victory over Naaman.
Yeah, we were worried about coming out flat Thursday night. I was really worried about that all week, and it wasn't really an issue. Our kids are ready to play, and so it really came out hitting on all cylinders, played really, really well in all 3 phases.
All right, Billy, well, we finally hit the bye week for the Rockwall Yellowjackets, but of course we have to look ahead to that next game, and it's going to be an important one against Sachse on October 16th. It's going to be homecoming for the Rockwall Yellowjackets, and what a game to kick off homecoming this year. Not going to be a laydown game for sure. It's going to be a big one in district play.
It is. Homecoming. Are you wearing a big mum again? Because last year
I'm going bigger this year.
Are you really?
For sure.
All right, can't wait.
See if you can want to do me in this year.
I cannot wait to see that. Well, you already wear the makeup. So,
there you go.
I mean,
one for one, 2 for 2 now. We'll get a nice little wig on you, too. Put that hair up there.
Well, obviously it's great to have the bye week. This is a good time. We're open in high school. But, yeah, that Sachse game's huge. And it's going to be fun. It's not often that you have a homecoming game that is a big game. Most of the time you're playing teams that you should beat, but this is not the case with Sachse coming into town. Very good team. If Sachse wins, they're very much back in the district championship race. But if they don't, if Rockwall beats them, that will pretty much relegate them to just trying to get one of those 4 playoff spots, probably the 3rd or 4th spot. And then Rockwall will be in very good position for that district title. After Sachse is Rowlett. That's going to be huge. That could be for the district championship. And then after Rowlett, you have Tyler Lee. They're having a tough season so far. We thought they'd be a little bit closer, but that's a very difficult team to play. Then, of course, at the end, Garland again, which that could be for a district title also. You just don't know. See how the chips fall.
Well, Sachse's very talented, both sides of the ball. Very, very talented. Offensively, they do a great job. They're always going to score points on people. Another team that really, people think about Sachse being a great passing offense, but they're very balanced as well. They run the ball quite well. Defensively, loaded with talent. They play a lot of man coverage. They're a very, very high-pressure defense. And so they present some challenges for us. But being the open week, we've really got 2 weeks to get ready for them, and we'll do our best to have a good plan for homecoming.
All right, Billy. Well, you got your tickets all packed for Cabo. The bags are packed. You got the open week here. So any big plans in anticipation of the upcoming week? Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Got the open week. Going to go to Cabo, get tanned.
That's all that matters.
Bust out a new toupee, I think. It's going to look nice.
It's got a little breeze blowing in, the fall wind blowing in your hair.
I don't know. Get the William Shatner model. The Donald Trump model. Hadn't decided yet. But that'll be kind of cool.
On this one.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be fun. Yeah, when I come back next week, it'll be good. Might bring one of the crew next week. Okay, either David Sweet, Brian Williams, not sure yet. Either one I decide on. We're going to have to get a box for them to stand on. But either way.
Short joke.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, you're not offended, right? You're good?
I'm good.
Because you're not on a box.
I got my stand. We're good.
Okay, all right. And so, anyway, yeah, I'd like to get one of those guys in because if you listen to our broadcast, we have a pretty good time. And the reason is because of Brian David. And, of course, John Bailey. He does pretty good, too, when he shows up, when he's not mailing it in. And one other thing. Let's give Seth credit. Seth is going double camera duty because Lance has mailed it in.
That's a man right there.
Yeah, that is. That's like I said before. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Lance started fine. Lance looked good. Everything was great. And all of a sudden, where's Lance?
Gone.
So staff meeting afterwards. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get Lance over, and we're going to see what we can do.
Sounds good. Of course, don't forget, last year it was a landslide of defeat for you for Homecoming King. So
shocking.
Are we going to try again this year, or are we going to mail it in?
No. We don't
we're
quit.
going again.
Never, like the Rangers, never ever quit.
There you go.
And so we're going to try to get that Homecoming King crown back. I'm going to do it.
Did you ever actually have the crown, or was that just fantasy for you?
Never had the crown, but I'm trying to get it.
We'll try to get it.
Yeah.
We'll try to see what Coach Webb says about that.
Thanks for opening up that wound, pouring a little lemon juice in it.
He probably won't accept that one very well. But, of course, don't forget it's www.rockwallisd.com. Not this Friday, but next Friday, October 16th. It's Rockwall versus Sachse, and, of course, it is for 4-0 in district. Rockwall looks to keep pace from their record from last year. Any final thoughts about going into the open week and then into a big one against Sachse?
It is. That's going to be fun. And have the 2 weeks, as we mentioned before, to get ready for Sachse. It's going to be a great game, and I know that Wilkerson Centers will be packed.
All right, www.rockwallisd.com. Don't forget, Jacket Fight Never Dies. We'll see you 2 Mondays from now. Hopefully, Rockwall will be 4-0 in district. Have a great one, everybody.